Hello, hello, beautiful people. Hello. Yay. So first of all, for those of you who are not familiar with me or don't know me, my name is Abigail Mensah-Bonsu. I am the founder of the Moon Goddess Publishing, the publishing house that published this amazing multi-author book that brought you here. And before I even go into things, I just want to welcome you all, and I want to say thank you to each and every one of you. Thank you for your love. Thank you for your support. Thank you for showing up for these amazing authors who chose to share their stories as medicine for the world. Thank you for cheering them on, and thank you for empowering them to continue sharing their light in the world. So speaking of continuing to share their light in the world, this week, some of the authors will be coming in. So we're doing the Being Soul Brave. I love the title. This title was created, or what word am I looking for, was suggested by one of the authors, Miss Michelle Joy, and I freaking love it. And I think it's such a beautiful, beautiful, energetic frequency to bring in to help us to really just kind of tie everything together before we step into the new energy in 2022. So some of the authors have chosen to come in this week during the summit and share some activation, some attunement, alignment, and wisdom with you that will really help you and support you as we move into the new year and the new energy. So I hope you're really excited about it. So the first person who's going to come up is Patricia. Where did I write it? Where did you go? Where did you go? Oh, there we go. I was like, I know I wrote it down. So, Patricia's coming on Thursday, and her presentation is 5:30 p.m. Mountain Time. All of this information is in the event section of this group. So you can just go ahead and go to the top of the group page and click on event, and it will list all of them so you can see who's coming up. So Patricia's title is about, she's going to be bringing in light language to reclaim your soul fire. This is going to be amazing. Patricia is incredible. I'm really excited for this. I'm really excited that she's going to be blessing all of us with this wisdom and activation. And then on Friday, we have Jen Zangrillo, and her presentation is at 1 p.m. Mountain Time. And her title is Navigating the Ascension Roller Coaster. And this couldn't be like, it just is perfect. It's so needed because that is exactly what is going on. And, you're probably already feeling this, the fact that we are moving, we're still integrating that fifth dimensional consciousness and then moving into 2022, which is bringing in more light, right? And on top of that, we have the 12-12 portal that we just completed. Hello, Tammy. Thank you for joining me. We have the 12-12 portal that we just completed, which is actually leading us to the winter solstice, the 12/21. So we're basically in a time frame where there's so much light coming through to really help us step into 2022 in all that we are, the best that we can be, right? So the more aware you are, the more conscious you are of receiving the light and using that to support you and move you forward, the more you can do that, right? So I'm really excited for her presentation. And then we have Anne Matoke, and she is going to be presenting on Friday as well at 4 p.m. Mountain Time. And her title is Unleash Your Best Self as We Close 2021. Again, perfect. So yeah, I'll come back to that. I just love the progression of it. It's just so beautiful. Right. And then Michelle Joy will also come in later on Friday. And, she is going to just kind of like tie everything together beautifully. Her title is Being Soul Brave. And so she's really going to bring in some activations there to support us and some wisdom, drop in some golden wisdom to support all of us. So I hope you are excited. Come cheer them on. So I wanted to say, we're starting out with the light language to really activate your soul fire, right? And then Jen comes in to help you to navigate, what does that look like after you receive all this light, right? When the portals open and the light is just downpouring, because there's no such thing as it's going to stop because you're not aware of it, right? Whether you're aware of it or not, the light is still falling on you, and it is up to you to receive it. So Jenna's really going to come in to teach you how to do that and how to navigate through that, right? And then Anna's going to come in and really help you to integrate that so that the best self can fully step forward. And then, of course, Michelle is going to come in and just tie everything together beautifully, right? And there's, there might be more authors that will stop in as they step in. I will put their event or their talk in the event section, so you see that pop up, so look out for that. And then lastly, of course, for those of you who have been waiting for the paperback copy, isn't she beautiful? And it feels so good. Like, I just keep petting it. Like, she is a beauty. Here's the thing, before I even talk more about it, if you've been waiting for the paper copy, I want you to go back to the author that brought you here. So the author that you're supporting, because you can actually purchase it from them and support them, instead of getting it from Amazon. Just talk to the author that brought you in this group and say, hey, I would like, this many copies of the paperback of your book. How do I go about that? And they will hook you up. Okay. And this way you're supporting them. Okay. So there's something that makes the paper copy stand out from the ebook copy. And at the end of it, so after my activation, and then I think it's after my activation, so I added some integration pages. And these pages, so it's like little mandalas. They're gorgeous. Like, I can't wait to color these, right? And they have been encoded with frequencies of integration. And so as you're reading the book, like when you get those wisdom drops, and look at that. It's gorgeous. I love this one. Me and peacocks. If you've been following me, I love peacocks, and us too. And then that, so there's some integration pages at the end. So as you're reading through, if something like really like just hits you right here, and you're like, damn, yeah, yes, right? You can highlight it, you can underline it, but you can pause and then come to the back of the book, to one of the integration pages, write the wisdom on top, and then color it. And as you're coloring that picture, you are embodying the frequency of that wisdom, right? So that's a little yummy extra thing at the back of the book. So I hope you enjoy it. If you already purchased the book, we would love it if you can go on Amazon and leave us a review. It really helps more people see it and more people have access to this beautiful wisdom in this book. And again, thank you all for all of your support. Seriously, we appreciate you so much. Thank you for being here. And there was one more thing I wanted to say. Let's see if we'll come in. Hello, everyone. Hello, Esther. Thank you. Damaris, hello. Let's see here. What was the other thing I was going to say? Oh, yes, of course. I was like, I haven't even put out an invitation. So if you've been watching this whole process, watching the authors, move through this process of sharing their story, inviting you in, becoming best-selling authors, and you're like, I have a story to tell too. I would love to share my medicine with the world. I'm inviting you right now to come work with me. I have 2 multi-author books that are currently in the works and coming together. I'm calling in the tribe for each book. And they're going to be very powerful. They are very powerful. I shouldn't say they're going to be, because they come in already powerful. And they're perfect to really help us into 2022. It's kind of like 2022's energy. So the first book is Oracle, and this book is specifically for women. So I'm calling in the women oracles, seers, channels, intuitive, who have a message at this time to assist humanity as we move into the golden age. And so this is going to be a book, a channeled book, right? A book of channeled work. So if this feels good to you, if you're hearing me say this and you're like, oh, this is me. Yes, I do. Then come, like send me a message or go on my page. I have all the information on there and apply to be in there. You know, if you're wondering how the process is, reach out to one of the authors and be like, hey, how was it like for you? Even if you go on my website, you can read, you know, some of the process. Like some of the authors talk about how the process was like in working with me and being in this multi-author container. So you can always do that. You can also reach out to me and ask any questions that come up. So Oracle is just for women. So if you're an intuitive, if you're a channel, if you are an oracle, if you have a message for humanity that can activate them, inspire them, lift them up, I want you in this book. The second book is the book of activations, and it's just like the title. It is a book of activations. So I'm calling in, and this one is for both men and women. If you can channel an activation, if this and this is the picture that I'm getting, it's like these people are already getting the hits, like it's already being downloaded. So when you hear me talk about this, like it's like, yep, that's me, right? It's going to feel good. It's going to feel like a whole body yes, right? So if you have the ability to channel activations, if you are an activator of humanity, of humanity's highest potential genomes, I want you in this book. This book is all activations. You know, I want someone to grab the book and just intuitively just connect into their heart and intuitively turn to a page and turn to an activation and receive it right then and there, right? It's going to be potent. And so if any of this feel good to you, let me know. So that's going to be more early next year. And of course, as we move through next year, there's going to be more opportunities to be in any of my multi-author books. So if you're watching these authors and you're like, oh, I want to do that too. I can do that too. Reach out to me and let's do this. It's time. You know, if you've always wanted to be an author or always wanted to publish a book, but you're like, oh my gosh, I don't have time for it. I don't know how to. A multi-author book is always like the great way to inspire you to write your book. You know, it's so easy to write just one chapter. And after you write a chapter, you realize, oh, I can actually write a whole book, right? Because you kind of tap into that stream of consciousness and it just keeps flowing and keeps flowing. Most of my authors in Miraculous, they all were like, yep, my book is coming through. I'm writing my book right now. It tends to do that. It tends to activate you. So if you have a book in you, like I've always felt, you know, and you're like, I'm just not ready yet to write a whole book, then doing a multi-author book is a great way to initiate and activate that process for you. So I hope, you know, if this is calling you, go ahead and send me a message. When you do apply for any of the books, make sure that you put the author that brought you here, you put their names in there because they get a little gift from me, a thank you gift from me. So make sure that you mention their names when you do. All right, my loves, I hope you're excited for this week. There's amazing wisdom coming in to support you. And that's a thank you from us to you for supporting us and for loving us and for cheering all of us on. We love you back. We're sending it back to you 1,000-fold and more. And we love you so much. We cherish you. All right, talk to you soon and see you soon. Bye, everyone.